He's staggered him just a bit. Look at that! Right hand, right back!
If you've been following boxing for a while, you're probably aware of the Mike Tyson era, where all he would do was knock out people with extraordinary power on his punches. That doesn't mean, though, that there were not other significant punches that were engraved into boxing history. Today, here at Boxing Matrix, we will go through the most iconic punches in history, and of course, the punch that terrified everyone.
I told you all that I was the greatest of all time. Want to be Sunday, listen.
This is Boxing Matrix. Enjoy this video. We are obviously starting our video with Iron Mike Tyson. Mike, a fighter with a 24-0 record here, was facing the son of Smokin' Joe Frazier, Marvis Frazier. Cuz D'Amato, the man who trained and built Mike, always told him that he should throw his punches with bad intentions. And as you could guess, that's what Mike did, throwing punches that made Frazier go unconscious until delivering the final devastating blow.
The rounds wind up even, and the 3 knockdown rule is in effect. Tyson comes out slugging.
He comes out smoking like Marvis's father, Joe. Marvis must move or we're going to be out of here very, very quickly. Uppercut, and Marvis is hurt.
Frazier is down. Joe Cortez moves in to have a look.
We couldn't continue without honoring one of the greatest heavyweights that ever lived, Lennox Lewis. In 2002, he faced Mike Tyson. That was a fight the people wanted, and was for sure a fight that both fighters wanted, as they had some bad blood from before.
Lennox Lewis!
After a great performance by Lewis, it was time to serve the knuckle sandwich. In the 8th round, a heavy right cross knocked Tyson to the canvas. Perhaps a punch you need to see.
Lennox Lewis trying to finish off Mike Tyson with 1 minute left in the 8th round.
Mike Tyson highly motivated to come into this fight, hoping that this fight would redeem not only his career, but his whole life.
Oh, he's doing a good job. He's got heart. You can't take that from him. Big right hand from Lewis, and Tyson goes down.
Next on, we will show you one of the nastiest combinations of punches that were ever recorded. Do you remember Tommy Morrison? We are sure you do. He was facing Ray Mercer for the WBO title. He himself was never out of shape and was working on his technique, as he sure had knockout power. But when the time came for him to meet Mercer in the ring, things didn't go as well. And before he even knew it, he was unconscious while still receiving blows.
Morrison, he was getting away from the game plan to start working the body more.
Right, he wants him to go back, but he wants him to relax too. Like I said, he looked real anxious and uptight at the beginning of this fight, and that'll wear you out in itself, just that nervousness.
Mercer with 2 good right hands. And now Mercer on Morrison in the corner, and Mercer's all over him, and Morrison in trouble! And Morrison goes down for the first time.
Next on, we have Gennady Golovkin. While many know Triple G from his fights with Canelo, it is really sad that such greatness gets unrecognized. In 2013, when he faced Matthew Macklin, he delivered not just any other knockout. The punch that he threw was a liver shot. While it didn't look as hard as it definitely was, his opponent describes that only this punch broke 2 of his ribs.
No, the body shot broke 2 of my ribs, so that was a pretty hard shot.
Golovkin once said courage is the responsibility of every fighter, and Macklin is certainly showing courage here.
Yeah. Bit caught.
Macklin trying to obey those instructions, and there's the body shot. Oh, that is the end of that.
Now, in this video, we are not only showing punches that were brutal, we are also showing punches that made history. Mike Tyson versus Trevor Berbick. Just admire what this man has done in the ring. He delivered such a knockout with such power that Berbick was not able to stand on his feet. That made him the youngest heavyweight champion in history, just as Cuz had predicted.
By Mike Tyson. 20 years old Mike Tyson on his way to becoming one of the youngest heavyweight champions of all time. Bangs the body. Wow, with that uppercut is Tyson. Catches him with a light left hook, and he goes down. He goes down. He should be able to get up from this. His legs may be shut. They are. As Trevor Berbick falls back in the
one of the fastest boxers to ever live. And no, ladies and gentlemen, we're not talking about Floyd Mayweather. We are talking about Roy Jones Jr. Kelly was challenging Jones for many belts while also being undefeated. He got himself into a tricky position. While fighting, it was obvious that he was struggling against the champion. Jones was playing around with him until it was time to wrap it up with a punch straight out of a movie.
Seldom he gets hit. He's the only fighter in CompuBox punch stat history to have gone an entire round without being hit by his opponent. Benny Pazienza did not land a punch in the 6th round of their fight against each other.
You know, I always say that regardless of what talent you have, there comes a fight sooner or later where your talent will not carry you there because of the style of the opponent or whatever.
Shane Mosley learned that last Saturday night. Again, once again, 3rd knockdown of the night.
Ali is non-arguably the greatest fighter to ever grace the earth. His speed for a heavyweight was mad. His footwork was one of a kind. And of course, his trash talk will forever be remembered.
I'll be pecking and a poking, pouring water on his smoking. Then this might shock and amaze you, but I will destroy Joe Frazier.
But now let's talk about the first time he ever got knocked down. It was his 11th professional fight in 1962, where he would face Sonny Banks. In the very first round, while they were both getting warmed up, Sonny caught Ali with a lightning-fast left hook.
For the first time ourselves. Ruby Goldstein, the referee. There goes Clay on the floor. He's got to take the mandatory 8 count.
Ali later said, "I had to get up and take care of things after that because it was rather embarrassing, me on the floor. As you know, I think that I'm the greatest, and I'm not supposed to be on the floor." Now that we saw the punch that knocked down Ali, we will see the combination that delivered Tyson's first loss. While he was on top of the world, considering that he was the heavyweight champion, he wasn't even training consistently and had fired his cornermen that were with him from the start. And so in 1990, when he faced James Buster Douglas, he faced his first ever loss. Could you imagine? A 42-1 underdog defeated Tyson. The combination was nasty. Let's watch it.
He's been a whole different person than the one every boxing expert expected to see here.
It appears that Tyson is virtually a one-eyed fighter at this point.
A desperate one-eyed fighter. Rolling willingly just to try to get in the shot that will finish things in.
Oh, the uppercut.
What an uppercut by Douglas, and down goes Tyson.
A legend that doesn't get the respect he deserves? Chris Eubank. We really couldn't leave this punch out. The viewers were staggered, realizing the power that Eubank's fists had. In this bout against Dos Santos, he made quick work of him, not even 20 seconds into the first round. A man that out of his 42 wins has 41 knockouts. Just let that sink in. Yes, we are talking about Deontay Wilder. And how could we possibly not include him in this video? While we could make this whole video about his terrifying punches, there is one that we wanted to show you. Wilder versus Ortiz 2. While he did take him out in their first show-off, the second one was just a masterpiece. A right cross to the face, and it's lights out for Ortiz. What a man.
There's a straight left that connects by Ortiz. He might have Wilder hurt. A left to the body by Ortiz. Ortiz picking up the pace. Ortiz trying to cut off the ring, overhand left. Now Wilder needs to get back in the center as King Kong trudges forward. A right hand, down goes Ortiz. Oh my goodness.
Floyd Mayweather, the TBE. In 2007, when he faced the Englishman Ricky Hatton, it was said that he would be a problem for the undefeated one. Not only that, but there was a lot, and when we say a lot, we mean a lot of trash talking between the two. Floyd just wanted to break his face, annihilate him, and well, That's what he did. After having some questionable rounds, it all came to an end in the 10th, when Floyd unleashed his power left hook and sent Hatton's head straight to the corner of the ring. Just enjoy it.
In case you're wondering about the indomitability of Hatton's fans, remember that Ricky Hatton and his public have never tasted defeat. 43 wins, no losses coming in. A victory would leave him once again dead level with his Welsh compatriot, Joe Calzaghe, who's 44 and 0. They've been stride for stride throughout their career. What a left hook.
A check left hook right into it. He never saw it.
And now, the big bosses of the new era. Gervonta Tank Davis, the lightweight Mike Tyson. He also has many knockouts that we could show you. In the end, that's why they call him the lightweight Tyson. In this bout versus Leo Santa Cruz, it was different. The viewers were really concerned about Santa Cruz, and we really can't blame them. After playing with him for 6 rounds, he finally throws that power uppercut that demolishes Santa Cruz. He was down and unconscious.
Santa Cruz standing there, taking it, and coming forward with punches of his own. Scintillating stuff here in the 6th round. Gervonta Davis, Leo Santa Cruz, 2 champions with the hearts of champions.
If Davis thought Santa Cruz was going to fold from his...
Oh my! There is a lethal left uppercut!
If we are talking about terrifying punches, there is one man that needs to be in this video no matter what. Rocky Marciano, 49-0. In the 1900s, he faced the best and defeated the best. Despite his low reach, he managed to completely destroy everyone he touched. But one man was completely done with him: Jersey Joe Walcott. Remember, Rocky comes into this bout as an underdog and manages to beat Walcott with such style that left the media talking for ages. He throws a right hook and Walcott is out. And then, well, he walks away with style. What a gangster.
Maybe. Walcott plainly is intent on staying away now. Be careful. There's the right hand, Walcott.
When you see this face, you immediately think that this was done by a heavyweight. A strong one, too. Well, to your surprise, Manny Pacquiao was the one who did that. In his famous fight against Antonio Margarito, a man who had been accused of putting plaster of Paris in his raps, Pacquiao made sure to deliver one of the most devastating punches ever thrown. Margarito's face was not recognizable, and he even damaged his eye, an issue that haunts him to this day.
Tattooing Margarito.
Well, when all of that, the Margarito just mentally and physically fatigued both. And this right hook.
He's ready to go.
That's one of the biggest jabs I've ever seen.
It was a right hook. He didn't see it coming.
That was a right hook from Pacquiao.
Yeah, Pacquiao
stopped Margarito in the track. He had another 30 seconds.
He still may stop him. He may get out of this round, but I think it's a good chance of Pacquiao.
Even if you're not a boxing fan, you are clearly familiar with this photo. Muhammad Ali versus Sonny Liston II. After suffering a loss, Liston demanded a rematch with the young Ali. Muhammad knew how to go into Liston's head from the beginning. This rematch was expected to be a long one, with Liston now more prepared than ever. Suddenly, in the first round, Ali hit Sonny with a phantom punch, often named the most recognizable punch in boxing.
Follow.
Thomas Hearns versus Roberto Duran. What can we even say about this bout? 2 of the all-time greatest were in the ring. Hearns hadn't been quite the same since breaking his right hand against Wilfred Benitez, and he knew it. Hearns promised a second-round knockout and delivered. Down twice in the first, Duran had his lights turned out in the second by a right hand. The hitman was back. No one could handle his power.
By the champion, Duran in trouble again in his corner. Has not hung on at all. Now finally he grabs Hearns. Hearns got several free shots from Roberto. He's wobbly, Jim. His legs are still wobbly. He's trying to cover up. Another solid right hand by Thomas Hearns in the combination. The referee Padilla watching. There he's up in the air again. Duran just fighting on instinct, though, Gil. He's just hanging a big right hand. That's it, Tim. Anytime you fall forward, the fight's over, Tim. A huge right.
And now for our final punch. A sad story. A really sad story that happened only 3 years ago. Patrick Day versus Charles Conwell. He was an up-and-coming fighter, a young one. The fight was made for the IBF USBA Super Welterweight title. He had a pretty impressive amateur career, and boxing was simply a passion he wanted to pursue. When he faced Conwell, though, everything went wrong. He was put down by a left hook and was unconscious. He then passed away 4 days later. A really heartbreaking story.
What does that indicate to you, Sergio? He's just focused. I was wondering how a prospect like this could have gotten knocked down. Yeah, he fight with 19. And there he goes, down again, and this time for good. This fight is over. Charles Conwell knocks out Patrick Day.
Like I said, last Thursday, I'll never forget. He came over to me before the press conference with Joe Higgins, and he was so excited. He was. He just.
You alright?
This was our video for punches that terrified the audience. Comment down below which one was your favorite. And of course, don't forget to hit the like button. This is Boxing Matrix. Thank you for watching.